Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the channel, Shelly's Millions. In today's video, we are going to be planning my trip to Ireland using GPT, and we're going to ask it to plan a cheap vacation or cheap itinerary, and we're going to see what it comes up with. So we are by next week, I will be in Ireland. I leave on Friday. It's a short trip. I'll be back by Saturday. So I might miss one live next week, but I don't have a lot of activities planned. You guys already know that I'm a big fan of using the library. Got this from my Los Angeles Public Library here. Um, it's so interesting that it's in the genealogy section, or the history section, but anyway, I checked out, I've got another guide back there by my bed, um, because I don't wanna have to pay for a travel guide that I'm just gonna use once. I will say, some of these have a map. Oh, this one has a fold-out map of Ireland. Some of them have, like, a map, and it's so I really wanna pull it out, but I can't because it's a library book. Anyway, I also, while I have you guys with me, I need to buy a few things still for this trip. So I think I need to, and I'm just going to get it from Amazon, to be honest, because that's normally where it's the most affordable. I don't know if it's the best quality, but Ireland is going to be really cold, wet, rainy. And I don't have cold, wet, rainy clothes because I live in Southern California. First thing it said wool socks. So I still need some wool socks. I need a hat. I don't look good in hats, but I need a hat. So a hat, and then I'm going to buy some compression socks, I think. I bought some before, but they are too tight. So I'm going to try some that are not quite as tight. And then I bought some things already. Like I finally bought a clear concert purse because I don't know in Ireland if you need a clear concert purse, but I didn't have one here. It's so weird. Like I went to shows a lot when I was younger, but now I don't go out hardly ever. A lot of times I'm just wearing jeans, and so I'm able to like put my things in my pockets. But if I ever want to dress up and go to a show, you have to put your things in a clear bag. So I got that off Amazon. Okay. All right, Gio and Kelly. And of course, you guys, if you want to talk about anything else, finance, budget, money related, just let me know in the comments and we can switch topics. So Gio says his car is getting kind of old and you decide to go into a Toyota dealership to look at the cars. Elevated in price and interest rates are terrible. I'll keep my junker. $850 car note. Nope. Okay. I love this comment and here's why. One, it doesn't matter how old the car is, right? Mine's 2013, which it's getting up there. Um, but it's still relatively low miles, especially for a Toyota. Mine has 140,000 miles on it. And the last time I traveled with the friends I'm traveling with this time, I replaced the hybrid battery, which is supposed to be the most expensive thing on a hybrid. And it went out like clockwork at year 10 slash 100 and about 100,000 miles, which is where I've heard that the hybrid batteries go out. And sure enough, mine went out. I replaced it. That was not fun, especially right before you're taking a trip. But it's done. That's warranted for 3 years, so that's still under warranty for a whole 'nother year. Hopefully, it lasts way longer than that. Um, if you are ever gonna buy a new car, one of my best tips is to see about financing through a credit union. Oftentimes, I used to be well, I wasn't a member. I had my car loan through First Entertainment Credit Union. And loosely, I work at a movie theater. but it's not really the entertainment industry. You do not have to work in the entertainment industry with First Entertainment Credit Union in order to finance your car through that. But in addition to, like, the car runs fine, and yeah, $850 more a month in your pocket, 'cause a car note, you don't want that. But also a newer car is gonna be more expensive to insure. Depending on what kind of car it is, it um might be more on gas, and it might not be as reliable. Throughout my lifetime, I haven't owned a lot of cars, but my mom has bought, I'm 48, so, my family has been through a lot of cars, and I've seen my mom have a brand new car, drive it off the lot, and it has problems. And even if the car is under warranty, the problems cost you in time, worry about, like, time to fix it, to be at the dealership, to get the repairs. You worry about, is the car still safe and reliable? So just because you're buying a new car does not always mean it's actually going to be a better car. Maybe your car has 10 more years of life in it. But, one of the cars that I always liked because of the price point is the Kia Forte, which I think they've stopped making now. But we have somebody that regularly watches the channel, and he says Kias really are not that good. He recommends the Hondas and the Toyotas. Um, so you could be buying a car where maybe it only lasts 5 years, and you have to replace it because it's not running well anymore. Plus, I when I was younger, it might have been Dave Ramsey, I don't know who I was listening to, but it was, the car radio, like AM radio or something, and I heard that if you just drive your car until the wheels fall off, which most people do not do, but if you just buy a car, you keep it and hang on to it until it will not drive anymore, you can retire 5 years earlier than the average American. And that is ultimately like what I would like to do. I think I mentioned this a lot lately, and my new motto this year is health is wealth. That's something I'm thinking about as I'm starting to go to Ireland. My back's bothering me, my knees are bad. Um, I'm like, am I going to be able to be as active on this trip? My friend that's going with me, he's exactly the same age. Um, known him since I was 14. He's going through a divorce. So, this is like a, "Hey, it's gonna be amazing. Life's still gonna be amazing even, without your husband." So but he is much more active than I am. He's stayed active. He has dogs that he takes on walks all the time. I'm like, "Am I gonna be able to keep up with him?" Like, that's a concern of mine. Of course, we're best friends though, so, um, he'll forgive me if I can't keep up. Okay, Alex, good to see you. How are you enjoying your new car? Okay, Alex says, "My father has a 2008 Toyota RAV4 with 144,000 miles on. For age, I guess that's pretty low miles." Yeah, that is. So that's a good car. Hi, Richard. Richard says, "I got rid of my car in 2011. No regrets. I walk everywhere I go." And honestly, like, walking is really good exercise, right? Because if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. Um, I need to walk more. I've been sitting way too much at work, and right now I'm at a point where if I sit too long, I get up and I'm sore. If I walk too long, it's bothering my foot. So, oh, you know what? That's another thing I'm gonna write on my list. I'm gonna look at a cheap pair of where's the pin that I just used for this? I don't know, I've already lost it. Boots. Afford I need, like, affordable and waterproof. I don't know if you can get both of those things. So, what would I tell you is to check eBay. I don't have time to check, like, a secondhand store, and honestly, I'm not sure if, at this point, I'm less than a week away from my flight, so I'm not sure anything I order off eBay will get here. Scattershot8 says, "Enjoy your trip. Thank you so much." Joel says, "Yeah, Joel, you're the mechanic I was talking about. I would steer clear of Kia and Hyundai. Toyota, Lexus, Honda, and Acura are your top recommendations." Mazda has good build quality. I don't know what that means. But yeah, And I will say that I recently took my car to get repaired as well, and I was tempted to go look, but not with the prices, not with, interest rates. And if your car is reliable, it's always gonna be cheaper to fix it. As long as parts are available, it's literally just gonna be cheaper to just fix the car that you have and continue driving that. And then with insurance rates going up, PS, you guys should be shopping your insurance rates like every year, I would say, to make sure that the company you're with is still the lowest insurance rate. But if you have a newer, nicer car, it's probably gonna cost more to insure it because the value of it's higher, you know? Like, if your car got totaled, they would need to replace 20 or 30,000 versus if my car got totaled, it would be like 5 to $8,000. So, it costs more if they're having to cover more of a loss, if that makes sense. Um, so yeah. Okay. Guys, I also would like to share, not on the car front, but on the trip front, um, I've been really into, and this is something that I want to caution my audience against, but if you're good with credit, if you're in a position where you can pay off your bills monthly, I really, really love credit card points. So, and to me, there's lots of people that are like, well, you have to maximize cent per point and things like that. And that is a good strategy that I am starting to focus more on. But a lot of times there's sign up bonuses, which people initiate as SUB. Sometimes there's a really good sign up bonus, which can get you enough points for a nice flight. And I'm going to go ahead and share this. It's almost too good to be true. So we're going to Ireland. We're flying Aer Lingus. I bought economy seats. On Aer Lingus, you can't book the flight entirely on points. You buy your seat and then you have to email customer service and ask if you can use points to upgrade your ticket to business class because it's an 11-hour flight and there is danger for someone my weight to fly in economy where you don't have like a lot of leg room. I'm short though. I don't need a lot of leg room, but just sitting like for 11 hours with your knees bent, you risk like blood clots and stuff. So the process is you email Aer Lingus and you say you have to have enough points in your account. So I transferred those points. And you say, hey, I would like to use these points. Is there an upgrade available? I did not think I would hear back until like a week or two before my trip, but they actually notified me like within a week saying that they accepted my offer to upgrade. But here's the kicker, you guys. It was supposed to be 46,000 points to update one ticket. But somehow, I don't know if it's an error on their end or what happened, but they upgraded my ticket and my friend's ticket, and they only deducted the points for the one ticket's worth. But we have both of our seats are in business class. I put the seats on my card so that I could get, the points for it. So I'm really excited. So we're flying business class over to Ireland, and I'm super excited about that, and it's all on points, so it feels like I didn't spend any money. And then the other thing with points is this would be a really high redemption value or cent per point because um, especially because they did 2 tickets for the price of 1, it seems like. But also, how I look at it is everything that I've bought with my credit card, that was things that I was going to be buying anyway. So even if it's a bad point redemption, and bad point redemptions are usually like money back for charges or gift cards or experiences or using the credit cards travel portal is normally not recommended because normally if you transfer the points like I did, I transferred some American Express points that I had over to Aer Lingus in order for them to do that redemption. Um, even if you don't use it for a good redemption, It's kind of like free money as long as you're not buying anything extra or something that you wouldn't just to get your credit card points. So kind of my strategy lately is like when I do know that I have a car repair or something like that, like a major expense coming up, I'll use that to open up a new credit card. My credit's good. I am able to pay off the balance in full. That gets me the sign-up bonus, which gets me the points to hopefully do something really cool. Um, and as I get more into that and understand more about it, this will be my first trip using any points. Before, I always did the bad redemptions, but again, no redemption is bad as long as it's just kind of extra money or points that you're using for things that you were gonna buy anyway. Okay, Anthony says, even if you have a paid off car, insurance rates literally climb 20 to 30% more each 6 months renewal. Plus, no accidents or claims on my record. Totally absurd. So, Anthony, one of the things that I've talked about with that is that actually could be part of the tariffs. Or it could just be the insurance companies telling us it's part of the tariffs and being like, oh, it's the tariffs, so that we're mad at like the president and not mad at the greedy insurance companies. It's probably a combination, but as if you're getting your parts pinpointed. I love this. Cindy says that her dog is bothering her. He wants his dinner 45 minutes early. Puppies are like kids. Tell me again what kind of dog you got. And is he actually a puppy or is he a dog? We have an outdoor cat that we feed. I don't know if my mom will feed it or if my roommate that rents my garage space from work from home will feed it, but somebody's gonna feed the cat. But this morning, we say he's on one when he's just, like, up and meowing really early to be let in. Um, Whoever it is, it's always like, "Oh, your cat." It's never my cat, right? Because it's a neighborhood cat anyway, so if I'm talking to my best friend, I'm like, "Oh, your cat was on one this morning." If I'm talking to my mom, I'm like, "Your cat wants in." And they say the same thing back. But, we feed this outdoor cat, and he was on one this morning wanting in, wanting food, wanting water. Okay, so here's how they do it. So Joel is saying that Allstate says tariffs, and in addition, car parts just being way more expensive on these newer cars. Everyone's claims are going up despite being a good driver. And how the tariffs are fitting into this scenario is so um a lot of times, let's say you get your front bumper comes from one of the places that is being impacted by tariffs. Those companies aren't paying more to make it, but when we get here, the person who buys the front bumper has to pay the tariff. So, if it's a 25% tariff on I'm not even sure where we have the tariffs right now, right? It's just everything's going up. So it might not even be the tariffs. But let's say Mexico and Canada because I know they were on the table for a little while. So let's say that there's a manufacturing plant in Mexico that's building your front bumper. Then they ship that here to the United States. Then whoever is buying that bumper is paying the tariff because it's goods that you're buying that you didn't buy from it being produced here in America. So, if you get in an accident and your bumper gets ripped off of your car and your car insurance company has to buy the new bumper, it's still being manufactured in Mexico, for example. It's being shipped to the US and then it's the car insurance company that is paying for your new bumper, so they have to pay that 25% tariff. But they're not really gonna pay it, so they're gonna pass those costs on to us. So that's kind of how that's working. Or it could just be greedy car insurance companies saying that that's how it's gonna work so that, like I do think that there's, like, a lot of misdirection, right? And there's, like, kind of how that's a good example, kind of how I'm like, "Oh, it's not my cat, that's your cat. Your cat wants in, your cat's on one. Oh, your cat wants in, your cat wants this, your cat wants that." And it's not really my cat either, it's the neighborhood's cat, right? So it's not even my mom's cat, it's not even my best friend's cat. It's the whole neighborhood's cat. So that's kind of how all these things are, right? It's not just the insurance company, but the company is gonna say, "Oh, look, it's the president." And the president's gonna say, "Oh, no, it's not me. It's like the whole economy and it's the way things have been working this whole time," right? So everybody's gonna deflect a little bit, and the truth probably lies somewhere in the middle. But bottom line is it's going up for us. Okay. Oh, that's right. A Shiba Inu, he's 4 years old, and you have a female, and it's outside playing in a big yard. I love that. Okay. Um, we gotta do what this video says we're gonna do today, which is we gotta use also because I don't have anything planned. I'm going to my friend's house today so that we can sit down and plan and make sure. Also, I think this is gonna be a sweater that I'm wearing to Ireland, and I might should I should see if I have a hat, right, guys, already? If I were a hat, which one of these would I be in? I don't know, but it's possible that I have a hat. I think my scheme is gonna be pink and black the whole time I'm there. Um, I don't know. I don't have really warm clothes. Can I just say that I love when Anthony and Ben are both in the chat because they have names that I'm not allowed to say. So I had to use their real name. Okay. So Ben says, a lot of insurance companies pulled out of California after the crazy Los Angeles fires. Maybe that plays a part. California drivers are seen as a liability to those companies and charge more. Yeah, and I know that I do have a couple of you who are out of state. So last year we had just really, really bad fires. And I'll say this one more time because I don't think you can say it enough. But the flames were coming down from the Pacific Palisades, really nice areas. Um, from what I heard a couple of different things, but there were pictures of cars that were just abandoned on the side of the road and were just charred and not repairable. Then there were the Eaton Canyon fires, right? And I grew up in Pasadena. Pasadena is near Altadena. Altadena is where Eaton Canyon is. So a lot of my childhood friends still live in Pasadena and Altadena. And I have a friend, her name is Virginia. She actually started a GoFundMe. Her daughter worked at a gas station, right? Like a summer part-time job. Virginia had her car, it was literally, like, up on the thing. Maybe it wasn't up on the thing, but it was in, like, the bay where you get your car repaired, and her car was in the gas station, and it was just charred to bits. So she lost her car in the fire. She didn't, like, purposefully leave it, but it was in the middle of getting repaired when they were forced to evacuate, and unfortunately, her car, um, was oh, shoot, I'm getting a work text. Guys, if you're in California too, the humidity has been an issue. Anyway, her car was broken, and then the other people that abandoned their cars, what I heard was some of them I heard that the fire was just so close, they had to get out and, escape on foot. And then the other thing that I heard is that police actually were blocking any further car traffic, and they made people get out and leave their cars. So I'm not really sure what's true. Cindy, I don't know. I think that they have started rebuilding, but I don't know. I have another friend who lost a house. So I should reach out to them and find out. Um I also wonder if no, I just lost my train of thought. I don't oh, not I wonder. I don't wanna drive around those areas, right? Especially the ones near Pasadena and Altadena because I did grow up there, like, I think it would be really hard for me to see, areas that I grew up with burnt down. And what I've heard about the Palisades, the Pacific Palisades, which is it's a much more affluent neighborhood. The people there tend to be a little bit more wealthy. But it could be generational wealth. It could be like somebody bought a house like 4 or 5 generations ago, and they passed on to kids, passed on to kids, passed on to kids, and maybe they bought the house for an affordable price back then, and it's really expensive Now, but what I've heard is that developers are trying to buy the houses to make, like, really I gotta put my phone on do not disturb, um, to make apartments and not, like, affordable apartments, not to solve the housing crisis, to make profit 100%. Um, then something that I've said is that, um, even if somebody's in an affluent neighborhood, it doesn't necessarily mean that they themselves are wealthy, and, like, losing a house is just terrible, so I wanted to just mention that, and I don't know, though, if they've actually started rebuilding because I haven't driven around those areas. I've heard that people are kind of treating it like a tourist attraction. I don't wanna contribute to that, and LA is big enough, California is big enough that it's not like I can tell just through my daily commute or anything like that. Okay, and then Alex is asking Ben if he got his name from the Exorcist movie, and they love it. And Ben says, yes, it was also the name of his first band. Um, I liked Nine Inch Nails when I was younger. Actually, Trent Reznor still makes good movies for movie soundtracks. But I missed they recently played and I didn't get to go. Okay. This seems like a good segment to we're gonna start. Let's see here. No, I think I like it better like this. We're going to start looking at the movie grosses because we do that here on this channel. Because my regular job is managing a movie theater. I'm drinking some coffee. You guys know that means to please take a moment and like the video. So sharing. Da, 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 da. Okay. So we are going to change this to numbers. All right. So the weekend gross. Coffee's making me cough. Oops. Oh no. What? Sure, this tab instead. So the number one movies this week. Oh, that's interesting how that's putting that up there. Okay. Well, I don't like that. Gotta change that, guys. But I don't like that I'm bottom in the corner. All right, whatever. The weekend box office grosses One Battle After Another, Gabby's Dollhouse, Demon Slayer the movie, The Conjuring Last Rites, The Strangers Chapter 2, Him, The Long Walk, Downton Abbey, the grand finale. They Call Him OG, and A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. Those are the top 10 movies this weekend. So yeah, okay. Cindy says we're having a fire pit tonight. You're making baked beans to go with the hot dogs and roasted marshmallows. I love that. I love the fall. I love a cozy sweater. I actually really love the rain, so I'm super excited to be going to Ireland. It's supposed to be raining every day. I don't love the cold though. That's gonna be the tricky part for me, and I get cold pretty easy. My mom's making fun of me because, I get cold easy and I get hot easy. I like it just right for me. Okay, so Ireland's about 12 hours ahead of us. So right now, it is 8 p.m. there and it's 57 degrees. Oh, I got hair stuck on me. Okay. It is going to be, so I'll be there next Saturday. It's oh good. It's going to be 58 and rainy on Saturday, and then 60s, and then down to 57, and then overnight 45 on Tuesday. Our hotel is actually, like, a little bit, um it's not that close to city center, but I was kind of like, "Oh, it's gonna be raining, and we're gonna be, like, taking Ubers anyway," but now I'm not sure that we're taking Ubers because I'm not sure that Ireland has Ubers. And then I guess it rains like every day in Ireland. So even though there's an 80% chance of rain, hopefully it's just gonna rain for, like, a few minutes, and then it will not rain. So hopefully we can, like, duck inside a pub and, have a drink, dry off, and then when the rain clears, start walking again, and I'm hoping that I can do all the walking that I need to do. Okay. W let's see, nope, that's not why is it doing that? What do we normally do? Because it's not that. Picture in picture, okay. Hmm, I don't know, I feel like it's looking weird when I'm sharing my screen. Alright, you guys, we're gonna go to Chat GPT. Chat GPT. Okay. We're not signing in. I don't have anything, yada yada. Um, help me plan 3 days in Dublin. Do I need to capitalize it? Dublin, Ireland. On a budget. We would like to do things that are free or very affordable. Please include budget friendly restaurants. Okay, let's hit enter and see what happens. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, do I have to continue with Google? I don't think you have to be logged in. I'm so confused. I thought you didn't have to be logged in. It's making me log in. I'm not sure if you guys can see. Um, I don't want any. There's like continue. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, why is it not? I don't need the app. Okay. Chat gpt.howbot.com. Okay. Help me plan a budget friendly trip to Ireland, Dublin, Ireland. Please focus on activities that are free or low cost. Please include, how about restaurants that are a great value? Okay, here we go. That was so weird. What was I on before? Okay, look at this. I love it. Okay, let's see what let's make sure you guys don't have comments. Okay, here's what Chat GPT thinks we should do. Things to do for free or low cost. Here's a plan and tips for a budget-friendly trip to Dublin, focusing on free or low-cost activities, affordable food, and ways to stretch your money. If you tell me how many days you're staying in your budget range, I can tailor this further. Okay, hold on. Dang, look at all this stuff that's free. Okay. National museums. They have the Archaeology Museum, Decorative Arts and History, Natural History, or Dead Zoo. What is the Dead Zoo? That sounds cool. The cost is free. It's excellent for understanding Irish history and culture. National Gallery of Ireland. It's a great art collection and nice stroll through the gardens. Phoenix Park. Oh, interesting. Phoenix Park is free. It's a huge park, possible wildlife, deer, great for walking and picnics. Garden of Remembrance. It's a quiet garden in city center with very moving memorial. Dublin Castle grounds and Dublin Boob Lynn Gardens. It's free. Walking around the grounds costs nothing, and interior tours cost extra. Okay, this sounds cool too. The Hay Penny Bridge and River Liffey. Nice views, photos, good for walking around the city. Okay, let's open up a new tab and see the, the Hay Penny Bridge images. And then I'll share this with you guys. Look at that. Oh, that's very pretty. Look at, oh, Dublin Winter Lights. All right, so this, I don't know if you guys can see these pictures that I'm looking at of the Haypenny Bridge, but I like a bridge. You guys might not know this. My last name is Bridges. So actually sometimes I'm a little bit scared of bridges, but this one's over water. Most bridges are over water, but like the San Francisco bridge scares me, but this looks like a nice little, it looks more like a path than a bridge. Okay. We're gonna go back to what they're suggesting. So good for photos, self-guided street art walking tour in Temple Bar and the Italian Quarter. It's an enjoyable way to see another side of Dublin. This is the first I'm hearing about an Italian Quarter. So far, all of these have been free. Also, the Howth Head Cliff Walks and Coastal Day Trip. Taking the train or bus there cost, but the views are free and there's a good chance to get fresh fish and chips. I've heard that that's actually they have really good seafood. My friend Abel, that I'm going with, really likes seafood, so I think we'll probably do that. Smaller churches and historic churches. Some cathedrals charge, but many smaller ones do not. For example, the White Friar Street Church and St. Anne's Church. The Liberties Moore Street Market and local neighborhoods. It's free to wander. Good way to see local culture and markets without paying a lot. Okay. This is one I also need. Affordable food and restaurants. Bunsen. That's so funny because Bunsen Burger. It's burger and fries for about $10. Simple but high quality. Neon's Asian Street Food. Casual, flavorsome Asian fusion, and it's decently priced. Govinda's. It's vegetarian and Indian. Special plates, combos, often $9 to $12, and it's a good size portion. I think we should do this. Leo Burdock. Classic fish and chips. Iconic and reasonably priced. Indie Daba. Indian small plates that are good value. Blazing salads. I love that. That's a cute name. Healthy takeaway, casual, good for lighter meals without high cost. Temple Bar and Dublin Free Market. Food stalls. Street food, and it's varied from $5 to $10. So I love that. Money saving eating tips. I love that this is giving us money saving eating tips. Go at lunchtime when many places have set menus, so it's cheaper than dinner. Try takeaways and street food instead of sit down restaurants for some meals. Buy some supplies at the supermarket and market snacks, fruit, and sandwiches to reduce food costs. Avoid very touristy streets for meals. Places tend to be higher there. Walk a block or two off the main routes. Getting around and accommodation. So we do have a hotel. It's probably a pretty good deal because we're going off peak season, and it's not right in city center. We're actually staying near the Docklands. Transport, walking where possible, public transport, buses, trams for further distances, and consider getting a transport pass if staying several days, which we are. Perfect. This is a 3-day. This is exactly Dang. Dang, Chat GPT. Okay, sample 3-day itinerary, budget version. Here's a rough sketch for 3 days, assuming modest budget. Modget. I love it. That's a new word. It's for when you have a modest budget. Modget. Anyway, adjust to your interest. Day 1, morning. Arrive, settle in, walk around the city center. O'Connell Street, Spire, Haypenny Bridge, Ha'penny. I think there's like a story. There's probably a story about all this stuff, but I was listening about that. It has to do with like the hay penny and the half penny. I don't remember why it's named that though. Okay. Then the afternoon, visit the National Museums and the National Gallery, lunch at a casual spot like Bunsen or Blazing Salads. Evening, explore Temple Bar area, just walking, listening to buskers, and get dinner from street food or an affordable pub. I love that. Day 2, trip to Howth. Let's look at Howth real quick. Howth Cliff Paths. Ooh, that's got a 4.9. This sounds, ooh, maybe, yeah, I think we're gonna need to do this. Oh, pretty. Okay, but again, is it gonna be like muddy? 5 routes for 2025. Let's click this picture really quick. If you're taking the bus, walk up the road to the right. The car park is here. Take the trail on the left. B. Well, how long is this? Stick to public paths, yada yada. Okay. Cliff views. That looks super pretty, and it doesn't look like it's a crazy long walk. Hmm. Parking and maps. South Cliffs. It's one of the series of trails that takes you some of. I think I'm gonna need some like little boots. How to get there by bus. This is gonna take you. Okay. All right. Here's what we need to know. The trails, right? This is what I need to know. Oops, share this tab instead. Okay, sorry, you guys. The trails. The Black Lynn Loop is 8 kilometers and 2.5 hours. I don't know about that. The Bog of Frogs Loop. Guys, how cute is that? The Bog of Frogs Loop. Um, it's so adorable. Okay. But that's also one of the longer ones. It's 3 hours. I probably don't want to do a 3-hour walk. The Howell Cliff Path Loop, 6 kilometers and 2 hours. That seems a bit more doable. Then we've got the Tramline Loop, which is 2 hours. Then the Howth Summit Walk, which is 2 kilometers and 1 hour. So that sounds definitely doable. But why is the Bog of Frogs? Like, that's such a cute name. All right, difficulty. If you start at any, because I need to know this too, because I'm a little bit older. I waited too long for health as wealth to be my. Oh, what is happening here? Okay, we're gonna have to share this tab instead. I don't know what I started sharing, but we're doing this one now. Okay. Difficulty. If you start any of the health walks at the DART station, prepare for a long, steep walk. A moderate level of fitness is needed. If you fancy an easier walk with less inclines. I do. I fancy a walk an easier walk with less inclines. Driver, get the bus to Howth Summit and do the shorter Howth Summit walk. Parking. So there's no official Howth Cliff Walk car park. Your best bet if you're starting the walk in the village is to park at the harbor. Okay. Note the various walks are some of the most popular things to do in Dublin. If you're driving, arrive early. Getting here from Dublin City. Get the DART, which will take 35 minutes, or get the bus, and it can take an hour. Carrots need to never get too close to the cliff edge and be mindful of dressing for the weather. I do have like a little rain jacket. This leads to the town. We reach the main road. Don't miss the right turn. Okay. The most popular is the Howth Head Walk. It starts from the village, follows the road past Balls Cadden Bay Beach, and then takes you up along the cliffs. If you look at the map above, you see Point E. This is a section where most people go wrong. When you reach the residential area, go straight and then follow the instructions on the map. Okay. Where's this? The Bog of Frogs. Oh, look, they even like the name. AKA the purple route is one of the tougher walks and decent fitness is needed. The South Walk kicks off from the Dart Station and follows the purple arrows, taking everything from Health Hill and Red Rock Beach to Bailey Lighthouse. I'm gonna do that. I don't know. It says it's hard though. If you look at point G on the map, you'll see the trail takes you through the golf course. Don't let you put this off. Just follow the signs. The next Health Head walk is the Black Lynn Loop. This is, as the name suggests, a loop walk and it follows the red arrows. This is one of the trickier walks to follow when you leave the Summit Pub. Is everything? Is there a pub near everything? Okay, next is the Health Cliff Path tramline loop, which follows the blue areas and arguably the easiest of the trails to follow. We like that. Okay, we don't like that. I wish I could do the frog loop or whatever, but I don't know if I want to. Maybe I want to do a 3-hour walk. I don't know. Okay, the first section of the trail, yada yada. Okay, you can look at the lighthouse. Duration 1.5 hours max, and it's easy. This is good. I like that, you guys. That sounds awesome. What to do after the health hike? Okay, I think we get the point. Let's go back to Chat GPT and see what else we could do. Okay. Return visit. Oh, so in the morning, go to the cliff, enjoy the views, pack or pick up a picnic. In the afternoon, return, visit Phoenix Park Gardens, maybe RS Ananuchitaran. Oh, I can't even say that, so I don't think we're doing that. I should do things that I can't say. I'm kidding, and I should learn how to say it. I just don't know how to say it, so I have no idea if I want to do that or not. I feel like ChatGPT picked this up and that this is in a different. Okay, hold on. Let's see. What is RS on? What the heck? Okay, ask ChatGPT. All right. I don't know. Dinner in a local neighborhood off the tourist map. Try Govinda's or Indie Daba. Day 3. Explore the liberties and local markets. Visit Marsh's Library, Chester Beatty Library, small churches, grab lunch, and a budget cafe. Treat night. Maybe a mid-price restaurant, but choose carefully or enjoy a good pub meal with music if you like that. If you tell me your dates, months, how many nights, and how much per day you want to spend for lodging, food, I can put together a more customized plan for you. Do you prefer staying centrally or are you okay with commuting a bit to save? Okay. So that's what we're looking at for Ireland. That's what ChatGPT. So I leave. How long will I be in Ireland for? My flight is on Friday. We land Saturday, then we fly back out the following Friday. So really about a week and then we'll land back on Saturday. Okay. So Richard says, is Ireland less expensive than the United States? It's not, but I will say, so what kind of got me wanting to do this is 2 years ago in 2023, all my childhood best friends, we got together and we went to go see Madonna because Madonna was super popular when we were growing up. And we went to see her in Portugal. And you can get concert tickets cheaper. So concert tickets you can get cheaper than you can in the US. And it was so much fun to like use the concert as an excuse to explore the new city. So we had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. So we did that. And then this year we're going to go see Patti Smith in Ireland. Ireland is not cheaper. And there's so many places in the United States that I haven't seen that I would like to see. But I also want to do some international travel. Like maybe as I get older, maybe flying will be harder. So I feel like since this is the country we live in, I feel like maybe it'll be easier to explore. Certainly, I think if you don't have to do a long flight, that it is easier to get around in the United States. So I would like to do as much international travel in these next few years as possible. Um, just to make sure that I get to do it before my knees and my foot and my back. I'm not getting any younger, right? So, I wanna do all of these things while I still can, and I wanna really focus on trying to keep in as good a shape as possible so that I can continue to do them. Okay. Yep, and that's what Cindy's saying too. You may try vacations in this country. We're older, but have managed to visit all the states east of the Mississippi River, plus several Western states. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, and then Cindy also says, "Gave up. The dogs are fed. They ganged up and wore me down." Well, at least they're practicing teamwork there, so that's super cute. And now you don't have to worry about it later. Will they try and get second dinner? I always wonder about that. So, yeah, so Ireland is not necessarily cheap, and actually is, um Dublin is pretty it's supposed to be pretty expensive, but I don't know, I've never been there. It's funny because I haven't done a lot of international travel in general. I think back in 2011, I had a boyfriend who paid for my trip to India. So that was really the first time I did any international travel. And thankful I'm normally the planner. I'm normally the Chat GPT of the figure out what we're doing and for how long. But I didn't plan a thing on that trip. I was like, "Look, I wouldn't have chosen India as my first international place to travel, but I absolutely loved it. I definitely got they call it Delhi belly. You do not wanna know. Everybody gets it. Phidias, who I took up to Yosemite, like, a year or so ago, he did a trip to India, and I was like, "Did you get sick when you were there?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, everybody gets sick." He basically was like, "Your stomach and every part of your intestinal tract at some point usually gets hit when you go to India." So that was my first international trip. And then I went to Mexico, but I kinda don't count that because, like, literally, it would be like, I don't know, it's literally a 2-hour drive. I have driven my own car into Mexico a couple of times, twice I've driven my own car into Mexico. Um Once I got there, then we walked around and we took, like, public transportation, but the f and also it's interesting because they don't keep up the roads into Mexico as good as, like, the roads in the United States, so I was like, "Oh my god, I'm driving in potholes," like, it was interesting both times. Um, so I drove into Mexico twice. It's not far. It's like a 2-hour drive. So I did that, but it kinda doesn't count. It just feels like an extension of California, but, like, with maybe worse roads. Then, last in 2023 is when I did my last international trip, and but we really did it up. We went to Portugal to see Madonna play. Then we were supposed to go straight from Portugal to Egypt, and the reason why, because like, they're not necessarily super close, but Portugal, and then we were gonna do Egypt for several days, and the reason why is some of the girls that were in our friend group, they had already planned, like, this cruise in Egypt, so we were all gonna but then they wanted to come see Madonna too. So we were gonna kind of, like, tack on and make one big trip, and then there was kind of all the conflict in Gaza. And I still wanted to go to Egypt. Egypt was on my bucket list, right? Like the pyramids, like the wonders of the world. Like, I was like, and I don't think that Egypt is a place that I would travel to alone. So I was really excited that everybody else was going to be there. And so then our other friend, he booked flights back from Cairo and he had like status with an airline. So he was able to get us business class seats for really, really cheap. And we got them really far in advance before the conflict. So we had really nice, good. affordable business class seats out of Cairo back to the US. And then the girls that originally had the trip booked to Egypt, they decided they didn't wanna go anymore. And because the Gaza Strip, right? The border's, like, right there, I guess. And so we just 1, we didn't wanna be like, "Oh, we're tourists and everything's great," while there was, like, all this conflict going on. And then 2, like, we just didn't know if it would be safe. And definitely, like, when we were flying there, so the girls decided not to go to Egypt at all. We still had to go to Cairo. We didn't have to go to Cairo, but we still had our really good flights out of Cairo, and we kept trying to find flights out of Spain. I'll get to that in a second. We had really good flights out of Spain. No, we didn't have good flights out of Spain, and it was gonna be like $3,000 each person, which was gonna be like triple what our flights out of Cairo were gonna be, and that was in economy. It was gonna cost like 3 grand to come back in economy from Spain, so that was crazy. And so we were like, we decided that we would go to Egypt, get this, for 1 night and 1 day. So we flew in, I wanna say it was like a Friday at 2 AM. So we got in at 2 AM. We had airport like, we had car service pick us up, and I'm glad that we did that because the airport was a little swanky, and I didn't do it, my friend did it. Um, so we had, like, one of those people that had our names on the sign, and we just followed them right to the car. It was not a luxury car, it was, like, this weird, like, it looked like a kidnappy van that was, like, gonna break down in the middle of the desert, but it didn't. Um, and it drove us right to our hotel. Obviously, we're checking in, like, the middle of the night. We woke up the next morning at, like, 8 AM, and we went and we saw the pyramids, we saw the Sphinx, we came back to the hotel to rest, then we took, like, like, a cheesy dinner cruise on the Nile. It was, I don't know, I'm doing air quotes, it was on the Nile, but, like, it was just, like, a little bay, a little harbor part of the Nile, I don't know. Um, but, like, I can say I've cruised on the Nile now. We did a little dinner cruise, and it's funny, like, they allow smoking indoors in Egypt, and we're not used to that as Americans, so we're all like, "Oh, the air quality is bad," and, oh my god, the exhaust there, like, the air pollution is crazy. Like, we were using the air conditioner in this weird kidnapping van, but I was like, "Oh, I need fresh air. Can we, like, roll the window down?" But, like, that was even worse. Oh my god. It was really bad. But anyway, we saw all the major sites, we caught our good flight home, and we called it a day. The in-between time where we were supposed to spend more time in Egypt and we didn't, we went to Spain. And so the girls on the trip ended up flying back from Spain, and me and the 2 guys, we ended up um, flying back from Cairo, so we still did that. It was not is it let me see if I have a picture really quick. See if I can pull up a picture of the cruise. It was more kind of kitschy, like, if you've ever been on, like, a sunset dinner cruise, um, it was more like that. Okay, let's see here. Oops. Oh my goodness, nope. It's like oh no, why is this trying to set it to music? What is happening? I just wanna see the pictures. Okay. This is one of the best pictures from Egypt. There's me kissing the Sphinx, but let's see if we can find the Nile. It was really humid there too, so my hair is doing some crazy stuff, but that's the Nile River. That's also the Nile River. There's some video of it, but it's almost like casinos lining it. It's not what I expected at all. Debbie, you did miss the movie report. The little green guy is very disappointed. I don't know if you can see this, but see that says Nile City, so it's almost even like it really looked like casinos on the side of the river, and I mean, I'm sure, like, it's super touristy. These are my friends. I'm going to Ireland, oops, with this one, the the blonde one with the dark beard. Um, let's see. Anyway, so we had a really good time there, but the girls decided not to go at all. So the number 1 movie is One Battle After Another. That's the number 1. And I've heard it's really good. Okay, Cindy says, Athens, Greece 35 years ago had good water, but the air pollution left me with no sense of smell the rest of the 3-week trip to Greece and Italy. Those are all destinations that I would. The little green man, he's right back there still. Also, I finally put up my Shelley's Million sign and I removed like half the Beanie Babies, like the rest need to go. Um, so yeah. So that's all the travel that I've done. And I hope to get more. So India was first, and I don't know why I made that face. I had a really great time when I was in India, probably because I didn't have to plan anything when I was there. And like the locals in India were actually super, super, super nice. Well, they were super nice, and then some of them, like if you're gonna go ride the train or whatever, they're a little bit pushy. They try and like tell you that you have to do stuff that you absolutely do not have to do. But, like, the kids and stuff, like, they don't see a lot of, like, Americans, so they're always like, one click," which means, like, "Can I take a picture? Can I take a picture?" And it doesn't matter if you're not famous or you look a hot mess because you just traveled on the train and you've got deli belly. They just want one click. So it's super sweet. So India, Mexico, which I don't really know if it counts, and then I did the 3 places, which were Portugal, Spain, and Egypt back in 2023, and so this will be the first time that I'm traveling since then. Okay. Yeah, we asked Chat GPT about Ireland. I do think, one more thing that I'm going to do before we head out. I don't like that view. Why is it doing that? Maybe it's this. Oh, yeah, that's the one we like. Okay. So, we've got the budget trip to, um Ireland prompt in there, but now okay, we will I will be I'll be in Dublin October 3rd, I'll say 4th through 9th, 2025. I don't want to spend my budget is let's say my budget's $100 a day for 2 people. My budget is 100 a day for 2 people. I would like to know about attractions and restaurants near the docklands. Okay, let's see here. Oh, okay. Okay. So this says to get the Leap Visitor Card offers unlimited travel on Dublin bus, the trams, and DART within short hop zone. Option 1, 3, or 7-day passes. Okay. Single short fares. Using Leap Day Pass mini bus tram rides in the center are $1.50 to $2.50 or pound. Is that pounds? Docklands is very walkable. Many attractions are clustered. Use walking to save transit fares. So with good transit for walking, you won't spend much of your daily budget on transport. Attractions enter near the docklands that are free or low cost because that's where our hotel is. Um, Epic, the Irish Immigration Museum in the CHQ building, the Custom House Quay. A modern interactive museum telling the story of Irish immigration, not free, but well worth the price if you have one museum to budget for. The CHQ building. The building itself is interesting, historic warehouse style, and has shops, cafes, good place for casual coffee and people watching. Waterways Ireland Visitor Center, the Box in the Docks, free or very low cost exhibition, good for a short visit. Samuel Beckett Bridge, Sean O'Casey Bridge, the Spencer Dock Bridge, and other modern architecture. I don't know what a quay is. Walking around these bridges along the quays, taking views of the river, the skyline, and it's free. Also, you guys, I don't know if you noticed, but from those pictures that we were looking at, my friend Abel, he loves a picture. And I mean, I don't dislike a picture either, but yeah, so we like a picture. So we could spend a lot of time just taking photos, I'm sure. Okay. Um, Grand Canal Square, it's a public square in the Grand Canal Dock, good for a stroll or sitting in cafes. Linear parks and the Campshires. These are green public walkways by the water in Docklands, just walking, relaxing, and watching boats. Liffey River Cruises, Spirit of Docklands. If you want a guided view of the Liffey and Docklands, this is moderately priced. It's good value if you budget one such activity. Sample, I don't want it Docklands focused. Arrive, settle in, walk around the Docklands, see the bridges and the CHQ building, visit the Waterways Ireland Center, plus Epic Museum. Dinner at an affordable nearby restaurant. Day 2, grand. Yeah, I mean, we definitely want to get away a little bit from um nice enough dinner, but constrained to stay within budget. Dinner near your lodging, possibly cook or buy takeaway. Restaurants and dining. Some treats. Okay. Pubs and takeaway pubs often have simpler meal deals, lower priced mains, takeaway fish and chips. Look for specials or early evening deals. Avoid alcohol, heavy spending. Cafes in Grand Dock area, various casual cafes, sandwich shops, etc. For lunch, you can probably get something for $8 to $15 per person in such spots. So yeah, I think um, bakehouse in the CHQ building, good coffee cakes and simple hearty lunches. Good value for breakfast and lunch. Doing one meal here keeps cost down. I think breakfast is going to be included in our hotel. Budget breakdown. How to keep $100 a day for two. Here's a rough budgeting per day for two people staying in Docklands nearby to stay under around 100 given 2025 rates. They're like, good luck, lady. If you're staying modestly, maybe $60 to $80 per night. Oh, but see oh, yeah, $50 to $70 total. So this is definitely gonna be our main cost is gonna be food while we're out. Transportation, if you mostly walk, it's gonna be $5 to $10, and we should use the Leap card. And then attractions plan for $10 to $20 per person, and I'm just saying dollars because dollars and pounds, I think dollars, pounds, and euros are pretty affordable. They're pretty similar. So we don't have to the accommodations are paid for. We don't have to worry about breakfast. So it says 50 to 70. So let's go on the high end for that. 70 and then transport plus transit extras. We probably will do that. So let's say 70, 80, 90 for attractions, 20, and then 10 on transport. So yeah, that should be like 100. That should be $100 a day, I think is what we're gonna budget, $50 each. Okay. I really do kind of want to do that health cliff walk. Okay. Debbie says he missed The Little Green Man and the movies. They want a picture of you since you are blue-eyed and blonde. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The in India, that's true. I should try a trip to London and Paris with day trips outside of those cities. Paris was my favorite, even though I love London. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you this question. So obviously I'm a little bit heavier. And I feel like Paris and London might not be as accepting of somebody who's a little bit overweight, or they might be judgy, or I might feel uncomfortable. Because I guess, right, maybe I'm stereotyping, but I feel like the stereotype is everybody in London and Paris is like models. And here I come. Are they going to be friendly to me there? Also, yeah, I don't know. I'm just nervous, I guess. I think my boss just went to Paris and France, but that is on the list, and that's somewhere where ugh, what is happening to my computer right now? That's somewhere where I know that you can get cheap flight deals with all those points I've been hoarding. All right, JJ Paranormal says, "Hello, and everyone, let's late so that you'll rewatch." Well, I certainly appreciate that. All right, we went a little over today. Thank you guys for um sticking with me while I use Chat GPT to plan a cheap vacation. Maybe I should change this really quick from the Docklands. Ah! Oh, well. Okay. I think I'm gonna, like, just tip a lot to look the other way. Really? Is that the key? Like, so if I'm a little bit heavier and I go, just tip, because tipping's not as common in Europe, right? Is that the advice? Like, I'm down to do that as long as, like, I just, like, I don't wanna go somewhere where I'm not welcome, right? Like, if I don't wanna go somewhere where they're gonna look down on me. I don't. I think there's so many, like, are they friendly there, right? Or does it matter? Is there so much to see and do, touristy stuff, that I can just, like, be by myself and, like, I don't know. I like to explore the local areas, and so, yeah, I'm worried. No. Okay, Debbie, what do you think? I'm not doing it. Unless this thing breaks or I lose it on my trip, knock on wood, because the person I'm traveling with, we have lost a phone. Oh, tipping is big in Europe? Okay. All right. Well, we can do that. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, it's definitely, there's basically not anywhere that I don't want to see. I mean, maybe if there's like a heavy conflict zone, then I wouldn't want to do that. But if there's not, like London, Paris, Rome, Greece, Italy, Barcelona, even though I've done Spain, um, uh, then my big ones, I love water and beach towns. So I wanna do, um, Fiji, Australia, New Zealand, all of those kinds of locations. And now, guys, that I'm looking at Ireland, even though, like, there's gonna be plenty to do, I wish I would have done a little bit more research before we booked our accommodations, because it does seem like we should get out of I love Dublin, and our hotel is booked for Dublin the entire trip. So we're gonna be there almost 7 days, but maybe it'll just be a relaxing trip. Like, normally, I am the type of person, I don't travel much. I like to get value out of my money. So I'm like, no, okay, we're on vacation. So we're gonna wake up at 6 a.m. We're gonna be on the bus by 7. We're gonna be here so that we can, sometimes I'm like, let's watch the sunrise and let's watch the sunset in some different location. And then we're gonna have dinner here. Like, I really can plan it out. Um but, like, maybe I just need to, like, relax a little bit on this vacation and just take it all in, but it does seem like, there's a lot of videos that are like, you can do Dublin in a day or 2 days or 3 days. So I think right now what's for sure on the itinerary is we fly in on Saturday. We'll probably have dinner in an area called Temple Bar. That's where, and the Saturday weekend in Temple Bar. It's supposed to be super touristy and super overpriced, but they also say to just do it, so might as well do it on the weekend. So Temple Bar on Saturday, then Sunday, before I'm gonna go ahead and we're taking a tour bus to Cliffs of Moher. We're gonna do that Sunday morning. And then so the tour bus will just take us there and they'll take us back. I'm still not sure that I wanna do that much sitting after just doing, like, an 11-hour plane ride and then doing a 6-hour bus ride, but that's what I have booked for us. Then Monday is the day of the Patti Smith concert, but so that'll be in the evening. Then at night no, during the day, I have tickets to the Book of Kells and then tickets to the Guinness Storehouse. So that's Monday. Then the other touristy things that I know we're gonna wanna do when we're there, so we still have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so 3 days where we don't necessarily have anything planned, and then Friday we fly back. I can't remember if it's early or late, but I mean, Friday's a travel day, so, um, definitely while I'm there me too, I like the sign back up, and I gotta get rid of the other Beanie Babies. It feels more, like, professional, kind of. So, I know that we wanna see Dublin Castle because it's gonna be right there. St. Patrick's Cathedral? Whatever famous cathedral is there. It's not St. Patrick's, right? What's the big cathedral? Cathedral in Ireland. Cathedral, oh my goodness, guys. Ireland, Dublin Cathedral. Dublin, Ireland, no, it is St. Patrick's Cathedral. Okay. So while we're there, I know that we'll want to see St. Patrick's Cathedral. We'll want to see Dublin Castle. There's a jail that is like the number one attraction in Ireland. I'm not sure about that. I also look how pretty this is. But this is the Giant's Causeway, and that's in Northern Ireland. So I don't know. I wanna see that, but I don't know if I wanna sit on another tour bus because this is gonna be like a long drive and or a long trip. I'm actually okay, then, since we're talking about it, okay. So we'll wanna see the cathedral, Dublin Castle, and we'll wanna do the Jameson whiskey tour. Outside of that, so maybe we do that Tuesday. Then when that still leaves Wednesday and Thursday. So either and maybe we'll do it both. So either we will go up north to Belfast and the Giant's Causeway. Maybe we do this and we do Giant's Causeway. And there's I found my friend Abel works at a zoo, or he used to work at a zoo, or he volunteered at a zoo. You can do a falconry experience, but that's also like everything's kind of far. It looks like there's lots of cool stuff to do, but none of it's exactly in Dublin. So I'm trying to like hype myself up and be like, yeah, I could drive in Ireland on the wrong side of the street. I don't really believe in myself on that, guys. You should always believe in yourself, but I'm not sure on that I do. Anyway, no, I can't toss the Beanie Babies. Plus, like, this is, like, my literal bed, so it's gonna always be a little unprofessional, and plus, like, this one's, I don't know, I'm making excuses now, but yeah, it doesn't look great. We should so you have to, like, do a reverse sit-up. They, like, hang you down off the cliff, so Cindy's saying to do Kiss the Blarney Stone. There's so many cool things to do in Ireland, and they say, like, don't try and do them all in one trip. So if we did the falconry experience, let me show you this owl. It seems to be the same owl, so I feel like that we would get this owl if we went. Um, Look at this dude. You can put on a glove and this dude'll land on your arm. I like the owl. I don't my friend Abel, I feel like he would like the falcon because I don't know, whatever. I feel like he would like the falcon. This is at Ashford Castle. I think we would have to stay overnight at Ashford Castle, and kind of one of the things that I'm thinking, okay, maybe we keep our hotel in Dublin. This is not good financial advice, but also, I have somebody else going in on the trip with me. because I think my friend Abel would really like this, and I don't just wanna do things that I wanna do, I wanna do things that he would wanna do also, and then let me show you something else that's just one more thing that's really cool. And I'm about to go to my friend Abel's to plan this trip even more, but I want to see it's called Victor's Way. Look at this, you guys. Look at this. Can you guys oops, share this tab instead? So it's a sculpture park. Let me see how this yeah, okay, this is perfect. This is a sculpture park. This is near Ireland, and ironically, the sculptures are from India, and apparently, like, it's really peaceful, and you just walk around and, you kind of, like, you know, contemplate life because you don't wanna end up like this. I don't know, I wanna go see that so bad. I'm not sure if my friend Abel is into that though either, but maybe we rent a car on Tuesday. Maybe we stay at the Ashford Castle overnight on Tuesday. Maybe we do the falconry experience Wednesday morning, drive the Ring of Kerry back, stop at Victor's Way. That's probably too much, and then drive back to Ireland. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I definitely so the Blarney Stone is it Blarney Castle? And then there was, like, that fisherman's w there's that Howth, which I keep hearing about Howth for the seafood. So if on Tuesday we drive to Ashford, or maybe I take the train to Ashford and we get or to Killarney. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. We've got a couple days where there's not a plan. Um, things I wanna see are Victor's Way. We wanna do the falconry experience, but I don't know if we can. And then I wanna see, Giant's Causeway. And then there's talk of, like, maybe actually just going to Scotland for a day. I guess they have, like, the Rain airplanes that are, like, $29. So, it's possible that we would go to Scotland. I have not looked up at, like, if I would need anything for the passport. Also, I did not know this. I did not mean to go this long on this live, but, I didn't know this, but apparent ooh, they rent okay. Oh, e-bikes. Okay. Oh, you know what else we gotta put on my list of things that I still need to purchase is, they said to get waterproof pants, and I did see some on eBay. If I'm gonna order those, I need to do that, like, yesterday or today. So, I mean, it rains every day. Am I gonna be a soggy mess? And I bought some waterproof shoes. And I think I'm gonna take another pair of, like, waterproof I think I am gonna buy another pair of waterproof boots. I don't know, but on basically on a bike, am I gonna be soaking wet if we ride it? Okay, so kissing the Blarney Stone is sort of on the wish list. Also, though, Cindy, that's a lot of stairs up there. Um, but yeah, Giant's Causeway, and then I need
Sorry,
oh,
could you say that
no,
again?
Siri. Then I need to look at, if there are passport restrictions on going to Scotland, if that's something that we decided we were gonna do, they have ponchos. So I have, like, a rain jacket, but they basically said to get, like, rain pants also. Also, like, if you're pedaling, that doesn't it splash up? Because I feel like I've ridden a bike in the rain before, and I'm not sure about that. Do they have those, what are those, like, scooters? I've never ridden a scooter, so maybe we'll need to ride a scooter around. And I've been saving up for this trip. As much as I wanna do it on a budget, and I feel like the channel is about spending money wisely, also, as I get older, I don't wanna hang on to it as tightly. I want to spend it on these things that I would really enjoy. I wonder, maybe we could do this Victor's Way thing, which looks really cool to me in Ireland. Maybe we could do that Tuesday morning. Maybe we could drive out there because I don't think that's really far. So we could do that Tuesday morning, and then we could go see Dublin Castle St. Patrick's Cathedral, do the distillery tour, and then that leaves Wednesday and Thursday. We're not gonna be able to do everything, which is what they say. So we're probably gonna have to choose either falconry and, Falconry, Ashford Castle, and maybe Ring of Kerry back, and we'd be looking at staying overnight there, or, um, Giant's Causeway, and I just don't know, so I guess that's what I'm gonna go figure out with my friend. They have fenders. What's a fender? That's a guitar. Alright, I don't know. But either way, this is my last live before my trip to Ireland. If I can, I will go live on Sunday from Ireland. Oh, I probably can't because we're gonna do the Cliffs of Moher. I also need to look really quick if there are hikes at Cliffs of Moher. Oh, there's a coastal walk. Okay. Hikes at the official paved path around the visitor center, which is accessible, safe, and longer, more strenuous coastal walks from Dooliner or Liscannor, which can take several hours and offer more rugged views but may have trail closures. Oh, and a 12-mile linear trail runs between these towns with parts partially closed. It's best to check local conditions or join a guided walk. There's an official path, a paved accessible path with safety barriers and railings. The paved walk is a shorter walk focused on the main cliff area, best for those who want a quick, safe, and easy experience. What to expect: stunning views, visitor center, coastal walk. More adventurous linear trail that stretches along the coast. 12 miles one way. Strenuous, especially with inclines and muddy or uneven sections. I'm going to pass on that, you guys. Tips for hiking: go early or late to avoid crowds. Consider visiting before the visitor center opens or at sunset. So that's what I've heard, is to go at sunset. Best options for view. All right. Anyway, is the Cliff walk worth it? Let's see what they say there. Stunning. We thoroughly enjoyed walking along the pier and then taking the 5-mile loop on the Cliff walk. This offers absolutely stunning and panoramic views of the ocean and Irish countrysides. The walk itself is easy and it's a great way to unwind and spend the day by the sea. But also it's gonna be I need to pack gloves, you guys, and I should have gloves, I just need to find them, but we need to write that on this list. Oh, fenders block. Oh, fenders. Okay, like, I know it. I know I'm slow sometimes. All right, gloves. I need to bring gloves because my hands always get cold. All right, I need to remember to pack my concert purse. And I think that's it. All right, so this is my last live before my trip from Ireland. If I can, I will go live, but Sunday is my day. Sunday's the day where I will be at the Cliffs of Moher, but I think they're 12 hours ahead, so it's possible that when I land on Saturday, that'll actually be Sunday. So maybe I go live when I land on Saturday. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll play it by ear. It's possible I won't go live next Sunday, but we do go live most Sundays at 11 a.m. Thanks so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'll see you next time. All right. You guys have a great rest of your week as well, and I'll catch up with you for sure when I get back.